This video is sponsored by AG1.
This is by far the most decorated room.
So I'm currently in an undisclosed part of Southern California to meet up with this guy named Tobin. He makes these like huge cardboard cutouts.
I made 10, 20 feet tall cutouts of my waifu.
It's mostly of like anime characters and VTubers and Danganronpa characters. I think the thing that really put him on a lot of people's radar, myself included, is that he seemed to be covering the inside of his entire house with printed out photos of this girl from Danganronpa who, candidly, I don't know the name of.
I love my waifu Sayaka Maizono. We've gone everywhere, to a zoo, in a limo, multiple times to the mall, movie theater, ocean, pool, restaurants, and all of the above. And I may be her most dedicated fan. Alongside that, I also have an RC car so she can move around with me. I have over $500 in commissioned artwork, some of us together, which include a 25-foot tall cutout of her, 10 20-foot tall cutouts of her, 2 30-foot tall cutouts of her, and one cutout the size of half a tennis court.
I don't really know what to expect. I really am excited to see what he's like as a person, like what it's like to talk to this young man, what leads someone to doing like stuff like this, you know? And also what resources he has to even be able to create these things, you know? Is he using a normal home inkjet printer? Does he have family who owns like a large print shop? I'm like 9 minutes from this dude's house, excited to see what exactly he's got in store for me. It's gonna be a weird day. Hey, Tobin, it's Nick.
Okay.
Thank you. Hey.
What?
Yo.
Wait, how did you get in?
Oh.
The gate?
Yeah.
The big gate?
Yeah, I buzzed, and I thought I spoke to you.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought you were like one of the people that were working out here, and he was jump
well,
scared.
yo, sorry. Good to meet
Yeah,
you.
it's good to meet you too.
Nick.
Yeah, totally.
Sick.
Yeah, Scott's just right behind the store.
Scott, the Scott I'm thinking.
Hello everyone, I'm Scott, president of Domino's Pizza. Have you heard of Hatsune Miku?
Oh man, he looks angelic with this chandelier. Wow. Really trying to capture the scale of this.
Yeah.
The funny thing about making these like long form sort of documentary style videos is when I get into the edit and I'm like spending all day every day just looking over footage and putting it together, the first thing to fall off is my nutrition. I stop cooking, I stop preparing my own meals, I fall back on like delivery food services. It's not a good habit, which is why I'm very happy that this video is sponsored by AG1. AG1 is a daily supplement made from 75 high quality whole food sourced ingredients. The idea behind AG1 is to take all these different health products, multivitamins, minerals, probiotics, etc., and combine them into one thing. I think maybe my favorite thing about it is how easy it is. I take 1 scoop of AG1, mix it with cold water, shake it, and drink it. It's a quick, enjoyable ritual that could not be more painless, and as a quick aside, the shaker bottle they give you with the stainless steel lid is like legitimately the nicest water bottle I have in my life right now. It's really good. Personally, I've been drinking AG1 first thing in the morning, and it really does help me feel markedly better throughout the day. If you want to try AG1 for yourself, go to athleticgreens.com/Nick Robinson or click the link in the description. AG1 is offering my viewers a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D3 and K2, plus 5 free travel packs with your first purchase.
So, my name is Tobin Jacobs. I'm 21 years old, and I am let me read it. My name is Tobin Jacobs, and I am...
Seems like it'd be really easy to lose stuff in this room. I'm like, if I set this down in the wrong place, it'll just be sucked into the void.
Oh, yes. My name is Tobin Jacobs, and I make Giants cutouts and, other insanity, like, just this room, covering it with a bunch of anime girls, so, yeah. I guess that describes me.
So the anime girl who you see plastered all over Tobin's walls, her name is Sayaka Maizono, and she's from a game that came out in 2010 called Danganronpa.
Hi, Makoto.
I think it's worth saying that Danganronpa is a visual novel about students trapped in a school forced to murder each other. And the reason that's worth saying is because Sayaka dies halfway through chapter 1. She is literally the first character killed. She's around, I've done the math, and this is being generous, maybe for 10% of the runtime. Maybe, like maximum. But Sayaka's short screen time was not enough to dissuade Tobin, who says that for him, it was love at first sight.
Yeah, 14, I said, essentially waifu material, and that has been that for the last, 7 years. Oh, I didn't showcase this. I didn't showcase that.
Is this an Ida bag? What is this?
This is a shirt. It's a bit hard to take off and put on, but I'll wear it. So yeah, this is another part of the Mizuno thing. So I've covered this shirt with a bunch of I don't know what they would call these, push play buttons or push pin buttons. Yeah, it's like I'm wearing a suit of armor. Hold on. There we go. What I want to eventually do is cover in the entire thing, but also my pants too. Yeah. So I'm just covered completely head to toe with these buttons. So yeah, crazy. I scratched myself.
Oh, with one of the pins?
Yeah, all these things have pins on it. So, but yeah. And if you zoom in here, you can see that each this thing is made of individual pages. It was it was all cut out by hand on my 8 printers, which I'll showcase later, and taped together with tape. So
so much to take in. I don't even know where to start.
Just give a tour?
Yeah, sure. Let's start with a tour.
Alrighty, so I could showcase over here really quick. You can step on this, by the way.
You sure?
Yeah, the paper's really sturdy. We have the Brain of Cthulhu from Terraria. We have Hosho Marine, and then we have Iron Mouse. This particular one that I'm working on, it's gonna be 45 feet tall. It's gonna be the tallest I've ever made. With all these things, I always like going bigger and taller, so this is just the next step. This is just my wall of cutouts that I've made of Mizuno. Because these are cutouts I've already put up, they've gotten a little bit damaged, but yeah, this one's 30 feet tall, and then this one's also 30 feet tall. Yeah, that's a head of Sunny from Omori. And then we have Kakura. She's kind of falling down, but yeah. Yeah, and then over here, we have the Monokuma army. There's about 300 or 360, I believe, of these so far, making 2,000 of them. Alrighty, this is the main storage. It's just a junkyard. So this is storage number 1, and then over there is storage number 2. This is Sea Dog. So
okay.
Yeah, this one I didn't really take the best of care of.
Can I walk?
Yeah, you can step on it. Like,
Sorry, no disrespect to Cedo.
yes, I'm very sorry. And then this is gonna be something that I showcase later. Yeah. My decapitated wife. I have about 300 more of them though, so. Because it's made out of paper, like the stuff is like so fragile, so like a lot of it ends up like, you know, either having to be trashed or just, you know, it just ends up getting wrinkled, so yeah. This is another storage room. Right now there's just like a bunch of Monica cutouts up there right now. Eventually I'm gonna make all of these like standing though. You know, it's gonna look like there's an entire army in your house. Yeah, this field is like where I put like all my big projects when I was first like starting out, you know. A lot of, you know, bad memories in this place because, and good memories, but you know, a lot of bad because this is where a lot of them got killed by the winds. This is how long I had to walk and drag with a big 40-foot long roll. So, yeah.
And you can't leave it there, right? You have to bring it all the way back?
Yep, pretty much.
Did anyone ever ask you what you were doing?
Yes, they were, you know.
What was your answer usually?
Art. That's the easiest explanation, you know.
Who's that right there?
Oh, that's Mizuhara Chizuru, so right there. And I have a few more. There's a whole room dedicated to Mizuhara that's over here, so. Alrighty, so this is the Mizuhara Chizuru room, and this is essentially where I sleep. Yeah, this is also coming into progress. You can see right here we have a cutout of Roloff from Skyrim. So this is essentially where, oh god. The reason why I created him is because you may know in Skyrim, the first thing that's said to you is, hey, you're finally awake. So, and since this is where I wake up, he can tell me that every day.
Hey, you. Finally awake.
Okay, this is the HoloLive room, but
Whoa.
these things, they go all the way over here. Yeah, the only reason why is because like there's outlets there and like I don't want to risk a fire, so.
Smart.
Yeah, it's falling down though. I mean, I did this like 3 months ago, so I sort of like optimized for like speed and whatnot, so, but I really think I should like make like my house more like a gallery in a sense. So, but yeah, this is just a bathroom.
Nice.
I can showcase on these walls is the 10 20 feet tall Meisner cutouts that I did. So. Yeah, so this is just like sort of like a spare parts room. So all those Meisner cutouts that were like on the stands that looked like a choir, this is all of them. I had to like essentially just remove the base because like it's a bit hard once they're all attached to cardboard. Yeah, sadly this isn't up anymore, but yeah, that used to be at the other house, all 60 of them. My family members, they used to have to eat like every day with them just looking at them. And then this is the crazy room. This is the crazy room.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so with my art, like I like also just creating like, oh, his head's.
So these are all original creations.
Yeah,
These are your OCs in here.
Yeah, these are all my original creations, and yeah, I'm gonna fill out this room with a bunch of other stuff. Then in here, this is my favorite part of the room just because this is like where I get all my work done. So these are all my printers, you know. I have 8 Meisner printers. I used to have 10, but 2 are broken. This is my ink stockpile. And in here, we have more ink. So yeah, these are ink bottles. So the printers I use are actually a little bit special because they use like ink bottles rather than cartridges, which like make the printers like last way longer. So it's really, really good. Yeah, so this is like the storage office where I keep like all my paper. So there's just tons and tons of paper.
About how much paper do you think you've gone through so far? Do you have any estimate?
Probably, I would say probably like about 20,000 pages. So, but keep in mind though that one page that I use is twice the size of like a normal sheet of paper.
Oh, so they're not 8.5 by 11.
No, they're 11 by 17. It's exactly twice the size. So.
If you were to like break that down into like just normal sheets of paper, that would be like 40,000. So for all my stuff, I just cut. This is the thing that I use.
What is this wooden thing here?
This wooden thing is, it's sort of my own, like, sort of, I guess, like, contraption I made. So it used to have, like, a scissors, but it's this little invention. There's a tape cutter. Essentially, it makes, like, stuff really, really, makes things way faster. So basically, how it works is, I'm gonna pretend these are scissors, is that you just cut like that, and then you tape for more. When you're sitting down, right, and you're cutting, and you need to tape, you have to, like, first, you have to occupy one other hand, so it takes a little bit more time to do that. I've had this thing for like 3 years, and I use it for everything. Wow. Yeah, that thing is so useful. Cutting is by far the longest like process. Like I'm really, really fast though, like in terms of cutting. I can actually, there's some images I can cut. Like I can show you just like how I do it. Basically, for all my projects, what I do is that I just cut like this. You see? Just do this over and over again. Just tape it that. And then go like this.
So how many squares is this one gonna end up being?
Probably like 70. I'll just do this one. It's very fun. Oh, that's some messed up tape. And then there's one thing. I like to see like how many pages I can cut within a specific amount of time. Like 40 pages within like 10 minutes or something. It's a really weird thing. Like at times it can be grueling, you know, like I can't like cut or anything for like, you know, weeks or whatnot. But when I'm in the zone, like it's really fun just because like it's really fun to get like a streak or whatnot, like how many pages you can go, you know, without messing up or just I don't know what it is, but I think it's just like I like seeing like how fast I can do it, you know,
yeah.
Like I get a lot of dopamine from that. Yeah, then over here we have the dinner table of Seadog VA and Giguk with Gendo at the middle right there since he's the mastermind.
It seems the Danganronpa characters peering through the window.
Yeah, pretty much like almost like anywhere in this house, like if you look somewhere, there's guaranteed to be something. So this is the hallways, you know. We have like all the soldiers here. I really like this. I really liked putting them here because it looks like they're all saluting you. You know?
Mm-hmm, yeah, it looks like MGS5 in here right now.
Yeah.
How does your family feel about this in general?
They're very open-minded about it.
They
you know.
have to be, I guess.
Yeah, like they know that you know I work very hard, you know, into the night. So, and oh, don't mind that. That's just the wind. And
All right, I have to.
what?
I just have to see this guy blowing in the wind.
Yeah, he's like a flag.
He is. The rest of them are saluting the flag that is also
Himself.
So, but you were saying they understand like that you work really hard on this?
Yeah. Generally, they're very, very, like, I guess you could say, all right with it. You know, sometimes, you know, other times, you know, they may be like, you know, what is this? You know.
Holy crap! Oh my god, what the heck is that? What the heck is that? I know, that's what I think too.
But generally, all the times, like, they're very supportive, you know, just because like they know like how hard I work on all this type of stuff.
Is it okay if I record a little bit in here?
Go right ahead.
Oh, cool. Are you already pretty inoculated to all this stuff?
Yes. And no.
Well, this was what you saw over there. As you can see, this is the last remnant of it. He overtook my recreation room for my enjoyment and music, and
Yeah.
it came for how long? 8 months, longer maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, hello everyone. The entire living room has been cleared out
So now I have double the amount of room, so it should be a lot easier.
With the tables and the printers were all in
He
here.
put a life-size tank in the kitchen. You couldn't see the kitchen.
It's like my mom has told me that like I'm just like a virus, you know? Like I was like that in the other house. Like first I took the upstairs and then the downstairs too, you know?
We walk out, every morning was like something else.
There was
so
no furniture
Wow.
in that other room. It had all been pushed in here. It was like Professor Frankenstein went berserk and overtook the house.
One of the things I was most curious about was how Tobin goes about getting these gigantic things up, how he gets them stood up to take these photos and videos to begin with. On the day I visited him, he was erecting a giant 30-foot tall cutout of Misato from Neon Genesis Evangelion, and he offered to let me help him put it up. So I did.
Okay, ready? Okay. Yep, just like that. Yep. All right, it's working. Yep. All right, it's up.
Nice.
You can come out if you want. Yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
That's quite big. That rig with the yeah, I definitely don't want to show that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't want kids doing
Yeah.
that. And then
Like I actually almost became paralyzed because one of them fell on me when I was using that thing. Like it fell on my back and like I went to the doctor and they said that I bruised my spine. So yeah. I actually have footage of it too.
Really?
Yeah, of it happening.
Mm-hmm.
So. There's a reason I don't do it that way anymore.
Oh, we did.
Can you see him?
Yeah, you can see her face.
Oh, yes.
To do with like scaling and spacing stuff out to make
make it look.
it's so shocking how your brain can tell when something's not the background's not moving right or whatever.
Oh. Uh-oh. 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 Nope. Okay.
So is that not normally how you do it?
Yeah, usually we just lay it down. Like you
People not like, oh, it's falling.
yeah, usually you just like gradually like lay it down with the rope and then you just like let it fall. But
That
that
was
just
for a moment that was pretty scary because I didn't know how heavy it was or how dangerous it was for you to run under it.
Yeah.
But you were okay.
yeah.
I made a 30 feet tall cutout of Misato. Step on Me Mommy is now more feasible.
What's
Oh.
down here?
Oh yes, these are the video games. I was just thinking, like, what else could I put Mizuno on? So I pretty much like ripped off all the covers for my video games, and I just replaced it with like these custom-made Mizuno titles. There's actually like a ton more of these. There's like literally like 500 of these things. These are other game systems. Also have PlayStation 2, and then here, these are all games too. We have PlayStation 3. Yeah, I don't know why there's a button up there, but Yeah, Danganronpa S.
Yeah.
And it's Sayaka Mizuno edition.
You got Danganronpa Rock Band for the Wii?
Yeah, yeah, I can show that. Like, yep.
Nice.
Since she's a singer, it makes sense, so. Oh, hello everyone. So, this is an update. As you can see, this is my room, you know. If we go in here.
Probably the biggest question to whoever's watching this is like, why does this your room look like this? And it's really just because, well, I do have to admit I do like Sayaka Mizuno, but
yeah, I kind of got that impression.
Yeah, but it was because like after I saw that original first giant waifu that I did, got like millions and millions of views. It told me that like sort of like I guess you could say the cringe sort of like genre of content was something that, you know, I should probably do more of. One, because like, you know, it's a lot of people like it, but also because it's just hilarious.
I think generally whenever you see a video of someone acting insane on the internet, it's really easy to assume that it's exactly what it looks like. Just another eccentric person with zero self-awareness doing something that they might not even realize is really, really bizarre. But the more time I spent hanging out with Tobin, hearing him talk about his motivations, his goals, it became really clear that with him, there's something more going on. I've only played Danganronpa 1, but she's in it, right?
Yeah,
She's the first one to die?
She's the first one to
So she has very little
Yeah.
time on screen relative to the other characters.
Yeah. And yeah.
This may come as a surprise, but I've actually never played Danganronpa before.
What?
Yeah.
What? This revelation felt like getting punched in the stomach. Like, how could this be true? How could the guy who made this and this and this have not played the game Sayaka Mizuno is from? It made no sense to me. So Tobin did his best to explain it.
I've never played the first game, so how I got introduced to Mizuno is that, or became aware of her existence, is that I watched the anime.
Mizuno? What a relief.
So the story on that is basically, so almost like 2 or 1 year ago, I saw this video on TikTok of this guy who had like a bunch of like, his entire phone was just decorated with the character Peck from Attack on Titan.
So today I'm gonna show
It was everything from like his apps to like every photo in his camera roll, his search history, and at the time, like I really liked Mizuno, so I just thought like as a one-off project, I should do the same, you know, or something similar, and I did that, and I included the original first giant waifu that I did, and like after that point, I made that video, like it just sort of like took off like more than anything that I've ever made before. For like the Mizuno stuff, you either have people that think that like, oh man, this guy is completely insane, or you have people that like, you know, I guess know me a little bit better who like know it's like sort of like a satirical type of thing.
Doing something this extreme, even as a joke, is also still insane.
Yes, it is.
Was making content on the internet something you've always aspired to?
Yeah, so, you know, I've actually been on YouTube probably longer than like a lot of like OG YouTubers. The first video that I ever posted to YouTube was in like 2008, so I was like 6 years old at the time.
I have a real good present for you. World for you.
Like I've always had like a very like, I guess you could say innate like desire to like post videos online, and then just like constantly throughout when I was like 10 or 12, I would always like post videos here and there. But yeah, it was really when I was 15 I just decided that like this was maybe something I wanted to do like seriously.
By the end of my time with Tobin, I felt like most of my questions had been answered. I knew how he went about doing this. I knew more or less why he went about doing this. The thing that still felt like a question mark to me, though, was the resources.
This is, yeah, this is thy tennis court. This is where like I put stuff which is just like flat. So very, very long cutouts are like 100 feet long and whatnot. So it is really ideal, you know, this property just because there's so much flat land. So, yeah.
What is the story with this property in particular? Like,
why
do you have access to this house? And you just live here right now?
Mm-hmm. I live here alone, so.
As someone who just spent a year working on and is now launching a series of very, very high effort, high quality posters, shameless plug, I know firsthand that printing things is not a cheap process, especially printing at the scale and frequency that Tobin's doing it. So the one big remaining question to me was, how could he afford this? While filming with Tobin, basically nothing was off limits, and really there was only 2 requests he had while I was filming with him. 1, do not show his father, and 2, do not show a poster that he had upstairs.
Oh, I will mention though, I will try not to get any of those shots in there, so.
Okay.
There's some sensitive information in there.
Oh, I see, okay. And just to be, what's the stuff I should definitely not be showing, just to make
just
sure?
Just like the posters up there.
Just not that stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
not the grease stuff. So,
Okie dokie.
yes.
Cool.
That is hidden lore.
Got it. Here's the thing though. I had no clue what he was talking about. In fact, I'd never even looked at or filmed the posters he said not to film. To be honest, I didn't even really think about it again until a few months later when I got this message from Tobin. He said, "Sorry for messaging out of the blue, but I wanted to tell you you can leave my dad in the video. I know you figuring out what my parents thought about this situation was a big question you wanted to answer. Recently, it was leaked that my father wrote the musical Grease, and now not including it in the video won't protect much. But wanted to say this as I wanted to make sure you have the most interesting video possible, as I was very honored when you came over, plus I kinda want people to know how much of a sweetheart he is. IDK if the video is already finished and is too late, but just a heads up if you wanted to include it." Like, it seems, I get the sense that you do this full time, is that correct?
Yes, pretty much. So pretty much like I have the luxury, you know, to like be well off enough where I can just like sort of like do this like full time. And it's also because, you know, my parents are very generous and whatnot. So yeah.
To me, there is something cosmically hilarious about the fact that because a man wrote a musical in the 1960s that went on to be adapted into like a motion picture with Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta, the fact that some of the fortune accrued by that is being used to make some of the most alarming, fascinating, upsetting anime fan content on the entire internet, the fact that those are connected at all boggles my mind. The fact that I, without knowing it, met one of the most legendary playwrights in human history, and that he was sitting on a couch watching a baseball game surrounded by anime girls. It's a beautiful world we live in, you know? But sincerely, it is actually very touching to me the way Tobin's parents have responded to this. As much as they joke around that he has taken over their living space, I got the distinct sense that they're really proud that Tobin has found what he loves to do.
This is a Taiwan art news article, and there's that guy. Who is this, Tobin? Sorry.
That's Mume.
Yeah, there's this girls, and then it just keeps on going. This is a Yago, sorry.
Wow.
I have no idea what it says.
That's impressive.
A unique situation.
Absolutely, but I think it's really great that y'all have been so accommodating of him doing this. You know, like.
Well, yeah, it's just happened. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I guess it's like anything. How does something happen? Someone starts with one little thing, and things growing and growing, and then you see the creative thing is really happening. So okay, go. But you don't realize it's gonna
take over
completely.
And to Tobin's credit, while his parents do currently help him fund this, his goal is to eventually be self-sufficient and do this for a living.
In the future, I want it to become like a full-time sort of business, you know, selling cutouts or whatever it may be, you know. It's like a lot of people like, they want to like buy my cutouts. I've actually gotten a few orders, but like right now I'm not doing it because like doing it like this, where you cut in each individual image, is just way too time consuming. So yeah.
I think it speaks volumes about Tobin's parents that they saw this behavior, and instead of stamping it down, they encouraged it, and they identified that he loved doing it and allowed him to continue it and just let him see where it takes him. Some of the best things in the world come from when people like Tobin, people who are unusual, people who are maybe eccentric or unusual, are allowed to do exactly what they want and then put it on the internet. Like, all my favorite stuff on the planet comes from that.
Generally, the type of content I make is the type of content I would want to see if I wasn't myself. Like, the idea of giant anime cutouts existing is so cool to me. It's easy to make fun of what I post. However, showcasing this side of me is also what makes me feel alive, as I'm no longer hiding my true self. Many people are scared of looking weird by being who they really are, and when you do that, your soul suffers as you're not living the way that your heart wants to be. That's pretty much it. Goodbye then.
So last year I started reaching out to some of my favorite artists on earth with an idea I had to do a series of film posters inspired by my videos. The idea is that for every video I release, I'll have one commemorative piece of artwork inspired by that video and one inspired by a past video. Each of these pieces of artwork will be available in a poster version or a t-shirt version if you prefer. And I'm kicking this off with two illustrations, one inspired by Tobin and his many Sayakas, and another inspired by the Domino's Pizza featuring Hatsune Miku saga. You can find both designs for a limited time at nickmer.ch. I've been sitting on that domain for a minute. Beyond that, thank you for watching, and thank you to my channel members for making it possible to spend 6 months on a single video like this. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope you enjoy the next one. Have a great week.